Good morning.
You're just going to talk. Good morning.
Excuse
We
me,
can
I'm
cut all
sorry.
that out.
Huh?
You can cut that
Cutting
out.
that out.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
So thank you for participating in our movie. So Mr. Barry, would you tell us how you first came to Avon, a story about how you ended up living here?
I was going to say something silly, but no, I was going to say the cops in Bayonne were after me.
man.
No,
Okay,
no.
well tell us the truth now.
No, when I lived in Bayonne, we'd come down the shore and we'd hitchhike. 15, 16 years old. And actually, I got married, Joanne, and we lived in Bayonne for a year or two, whatever. And we were looking to buy a house. And Joanne.
So I'm sorry, we're gonna have to.
The Kubota
truck
messed us
just-
up.
Huh?
That
Couldn't even hear you
the
talking.
garbage truck.
Yeah,
So
sorry
instead
about
of-
Oh, yeah.
Kubota, he won't be back now. He's done.
Okay.
Okay,
He's
go
cleaned
ahead.
up.
Lunchtime.
Yeah,
All right, I
I'm
forgot
sure
what I was saying.
I'll ask the question again. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Okay,
rolling.
thank you both for participating in our project to celebrate our anniversary.
You're more than welcome.
Mr. Barry, would you tell us when you first started coming down to Avon?
Actually, I came here as a teenager. As I said, we used to hitchhike down from Bayonne. And, but to this house and moving in permanently, my cousin and I had a little trucking company up in Hudson County. And my wife, Joanne, she found this house. She drove down. We had looked, oh God, a lot of houses, you know. And this was ideal. The porch wasn't here then. It was just a porch about the width of the stairs, a little less,
Oh.
maybe where he's standing
Oh,
now.
like a stoop?
Yeah, and we eventually put the porch on and, you know, did a whole bunch of additions.
Wow.
But, yeah, that guy, what was I, about 26 or so?
Okay.
I'm not sure.
That's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
Mr. Hegerman, I know you were born here, so would you
Yes.
talk about when you were a kid in Avon?
I lived at 510 Jefferson Avenue,
Right?
and I went to Avon Grammar School. As in grammar school, I played basketball, baseball, and also was involved with the Methodist Church Youth Basketball League, and then we was involved with Little League and Babe Ruth. And when I graduated from Avon Grammar School, I went to Neptune High School, and I played varsity baseball there and basketball. And the Asbury Park had a all-star baseball team. They picked 3 teams, and I was picked to be on the second team of the all-star as a pitcher. And then when I graduated from Neptune, I joined the United States Air Force, and I went to Lackland Air Force Base as a basic training, shipped to Amarillo, Texas, and I met my wife there. We've been married 60 years, and there we were during Vietnam, but we did not go to Vietnam.
Okay.
We served numerous people that shipped to Vietnam and everything. After Vietnam, we were discharged with honorable discharge, both of us. We moved back to Avon. My parents had a bungalow in the back,
Oh, right, I remember.
and they had the bungalow, so we moved into the bungalow. We had my one son, Christopher, and we were sitting there, moved in, and then I was working with Crooks Armor Car Service.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's the job that I had when I got out of the service. And we were living in the back, and Patrolman Lloyd Tassie stopped by one day and said, "Gee, Joe, go to the municipal building, put an application. 2 members of the police department is moving to another department, and there'll be 2 openings." So the next day I went to police headquarters and put an application in. And didn't think much about it. 2 days later, I get a call to come to police headquarters to be interviewed. I went to police headquarters. I met Mayor Joseph Clemens, was the
Right.
He's the mayor. Okay.
mayor of Avon
Right,
at that
all
time.
right, I remember that.
So he took me into the chief's office and we started an interview. He asked me numerous questions about Avon and everything. And I said that I just got out of the Air Force, 4 years in the Air Force, and we moved back. and I told them that I was a member of the Avon Fire Department, member of the Avon First Aid Squad, and our conversation went on about the town. I told him I grew up here, I know the town, all the streets and everything, and he said to me, I don't like your parents. I said, you don't like my parents? He said, they voted.
Hold on one second. Excuse me.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen, we're filming. Can you not talk? We're making a movie. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. So yeah, okay, so let's talk about the first aid. All right, is that good? And then we'll go back to police.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Barry and Mr. Hegerman were both terrific volunteers in town their whole life. I think you're both very service-oriented men.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how the first aid, they were both members of the first aid squad, and Mr. Barry, would you give us a story about the first aid and what you remember about being on the first aid?
Well, I remember first of all, when I moved down, in Bayonne there was no volunteer squads, you know.
Oh, they were paid.
They were paid, yeah. And I joined the fire department first. I think Tom Gagan.
Oh, was he the chief?
He was, no, he was the police officer.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
he
Yes,
was-
you're right. He was a police officer.
And whatever reason, I remember, excuse me, I got a permit for a beach party.
Oh, okay.
And Tom came down with the paperwork and we got talking. The next day or so he came back with an application to the fire department, which I filled out and joined the fire department. And then when I went in the fire department, I found out the EMS was volunteer also. So we all did that pretty much.
So then you joined the first aid.
Yeah, we joined, so I was a member of both.
Right.
For, God, 40 some odd active years, Joe, at least.
At least.
I had 37 before I moved to
All right,
town.
so
Right,
yeah,
right.
we're in the same ballpark, yeah.
So Mr. Barry was a first aid member, and so was Mr. Hegerman. But Mr. Hegerman's father started the first aid.
He didn't start he was a member of the first aid squad. When I got out of the military, I was already in the first aid squad when I got home. The month before I got home, he put my application in, and when I came home, I was in the first aid squad. My father also, over the years, he took a note out at the bank to buy an ambulance.
That's right.
It was $7,900 some odd dollars, and he did not tell my mother. My mother did not know that he took the note out. They paid the note off the first aid squad, and
All right. Elma, look, it's an old friend I grew up with.
Oh, okay. So he paid the note off.
they paid the note off of the first aid squad. The first aid squad, they had one ambulance and a red rescue truck that Uncle Joe, who was a member,
That's your dad's brother.
right, he got it from Gun Deckers in Belmar.
Oh, I remember that.
And it was a red rescue truck, and we had a cot into it and some tools for extrication. Well, years went on, and Frank Panzaenza was
Right.
in the first
okay.
aid squad, and he worked for the New Jersey Natural Gas.
Gas
company,
They
right,
had the
right.
vans. They had the potato chip
Right.
trucks.
Yes.
He got one for the first aid squad.
Okay.
And that time, we took that truck, and Bob Salters in Tom's River, who owned a very large wreckers, he took the truck and made it for an extrication unit. So we had hydraulic tools into it, different cutting tools, and
For rescues.
rescues,
Right.
taking people out of the
Right.
car. That started our rescue unit
Rescue
in
unit.
there.
Okay.
We went down to him because he was one of the foremost in the state
Right.
in extrication
Oh, okay.
and everything.
That's
So we
right.
trained down there, and then the first aid squad, we were so busy, we've got two ambulances, and they were bought from PL Rescue in Wall Township.
Okay.
Right.
And we got the first one was a box. It was one of the first boxes made, and it was the second ambulance they ever made.
Oh, really?
Yes, and from there, I think through the years, we've always bought P&L
Right,
ambulances.
right, for years and
everything.
years, right.
So, and our rescue unit was so good. The farthest we ever went to was to Brielle on the bridge down there. Was a bad accident.
Oh.
We were called to go there. We went to as far as Ocean Grove, Neptune, and the surrounding areas. Then other departments, first aid and fire, got extra case
Then,
units.
when they got them.
Yeah.
I can remember
I
this.
thought I remembered going to Long Branch too for something.
Might have been with the riots.
Yeah, well, maybe the riot.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
But
Yeah.
we would, I remember during the summer months, we'd run 6, 7 calls to the beachfront. We
Oh,
were just
sure.
constantly
absolutely,
going to
yeah.
the
Sure.
hospital
Yeah.
and
Right.
circling
Yeah,
around
just
and
go
everything.
around and around.
And as we added on to the first aid, we put a big addition to the back
Oh,
of
in
the first
right,
aid
Right.
where we put the
The
rescue,
rescue truck in the back.
in the
Yeah.
back and
Oh, okay.
everything.
Okay.
And like I said, the squad grew. We were one of the first in the area on mutual aid because
Yes.
we always
Right.
had a
Yes,
good,
you had- right.
good turnout of people. We had great people in the first
We do
aid
have
squad.
great volunteers.
Jane Connors
Yes.
was a mainstay. And Tricia, her daughter.
Jane
Oh,
was
right, Tricia,
Jane
yeah.
was first woman, I think.
Oh, ever on the squad, right?
Yeah.
The squad,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Years
Yeah.
ago,
Lady
when
Jane.
you joined
Yep.
when you joined the fire department, you automatically joined the first aid
Aid.
squad.
Oh, you did.
Then it changed
Yeah.
when the ladies wanted to come in. Then they said you could be a first aider and not be
Not
a
a
fireman.
fireman, yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So let's
Yeah.
talk about the Avon Inn fire and the fire department.
Oh.
I know you told me a story about it because you were one of the first people there when it went on fire.
I was like here,
Yes.
and the Avon was
Over
2
there.
blocks away,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And we had like chimney fire or something there. Like it was nothing.
Well, probably
had-
birds got in there and stuff.
Yeah,
we
right.
had-
They would
That's
bring us
exactly
cigarettes,
right.
fires.
Yeah,
Balls
yeah,
there
that's
When
right.
it was in its heyday.
That's
Yeah,
right.
You know.
Yeah, oh
And-
yeah, when it was open, sure.
And I remember, I'm trying to remember who was on the desk. Might have been Harry Cadro. I forget, you know.
Right.
But I left here, fire call, Avon Inn, and I said, I'll say it was Lloyd. I really forget. Lloyd, what do we got? Another chimney? And he just said, Bradley Beach, Ocean Grove, Belmar, South Belmar, Wall
Never
have already been called.
Right.
And it was, yeah, that damn thing was, what were we there for a couple of days, Joe?
I was in Texas.
You
Oh,
missed
all
it.
I was
right.
on
Oh,
vacation.
oh, boy.
The biggest fire we ever had.
Right, that's
right. We
right.
ever had.
And
Oh,
I'm
God,
in Texas. Billy Palmer was chief.
Right, right,
Billy
right.
was
Billy
chief.
was
Okay.
chief.
I get a telephone call in Texas. Joe, guess what? You missed the biggest fire Avon ever had.
Right.
I said, what do you mean?
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
I said that the Avon Inn
Yeah.
burnt down. I said, you're kidding. And so when we came back from Texas, I went over the bridge and I could see the top of the Avon Inn all burnt off where
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
And that
that-
fire, when I got back, they did 11 phases of firefighting. They had the United States Coast Guard boat
Right.
offshore hooked up to their system.
Right, right.
to
We
pump-
laid hose across the beach.
Across Ocean Avenue onto the
And,
sand,
and
right?
they came,
They
they
cap-
came up, right.
You
Oh,
capped
close
the end.
enough?
You
Yeah.
capped the end, tied a rope around it. They shot. We shot. We had a gun that would shoot line out. Shot the line out. They pulled the line up, hooked it up to the monitor system in front of the boat, and pumped to the aerial truck at the one side of the
That's
avenue
right.
on the Garfield Avenue.
Side. And then you
Side.
told me that they had to the other towns were upset because the salt water was going through their
Yes.
pumpers.
Right. You
And
had
then
to
you
pump
had
it.
to pump-
I
You
forget
had to
who
clean
found
it.
that out.
You had to do that.
So where were we getting the water
Spring Lake.
from?
The ocean.
And I said, out there, you know.
Yeah.
We laid a line across the beach, and the Coast Guard ran it into us, and they were pumping the ocean.
Right.
But Billy Palmer called me while I was in Texas and told me I missed the biggest fire Avon had.
Yeah.
I think there was 11 companies they called in.
Oh God, yeah, I could route. You know, like I said, of course, Bradley Beach, Neptune,
Right.
Neptune and Neptune City, Seagirt, Belmar, South Belmar,
Spring Lake.
Spring Lake, thank you.
Was Brielle? Would Brielle have come?
Yeah.
Brielle probably was
Oh
here.
God,
too.
yeah. No,
They
no,
weren't
no.
here.
We were there for several days.
Yeah, I remember.
I
do
remember coming up. We were on the roof of the Avon Inn motel. Remember that?
Oh, in the back.
Yeah, yeah. And God, who was with me? We climbed in a window, bringing a line, and we was smoky as hell. And we got over to like a staircase, and we opened up the door with the line, and it was like looking into hell.
Oh,
The fire
flames.
underneath us was just roaring.
Oh my gosh.
But we backed out because the floor was going to go,
Because it was old wood. It was
Yeah.
all old wood.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, both of you were involved in the police department. I know you were,
Joe
of course,
was,
the
yeah.
chief at one point, but you were a special?
Special, part-time police officer, right.
With Jerry Halsett, the mayor.
Jerry Horslett,
When he was in college.
Oh, okay.
Frank Gazianza, God.
And Frank became a police officer for
Yeah,
a while.
Oh, he was too? I didn't know that.
He went to, then he left.
Did he go to
yeah.
the academy?
Huh?
Did he go to the academy too?
No,
No?
I was the first one
You were the
ever
first.
go to the police academy. Then second was Harry Vanderbilt.
Okay.
When I came on,
oh God.
it was Chief John Murday,
Yes.
Right.
Captain Greeno,
Yep.
and Lieutenant Cottrell.
Okay.
After my interview, and Mayor Clemens said that I'm going to hire you, I thanked him and everything, and we became very good friends after that. I started July 1st of 1967, and I started the first, second, and third were Patrolman Tommy Gagan, who was my
Right.
training officer, and the 4th of July.
4th of July weekend.
4th of July weekend, they throw me to the wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy was the one who brought me the application.
Right.
So did
Yeah.
you have to wear the tan uniform? Did the specials wear a tan
No,
uniform
you
then?
wore
Or
the
you
No,
wore the-
we
you wore the
regular-
blue?
were identical.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they
Because
all-
John McGrady wore the tan one when he was the special
Oh, okay.
on the boardwalk.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
In the
what
summer.
we changed it
Oh, okay.
into it.
Yeah.
In the summertime, we had probably traffic people at Washington, Sylvania, and the pool.
Oh, crossing guard. Kite
Crossing
crossing.
guard.
Right,
I remember
right,
that.
yeah.
But these guys, him, Dave Bush, Frank,
Right.
John Thompson,
Oh,
Right.
I know
John
John.
Ogle Sr.,
Yeah.
Dave Gamble,
Right.
were all
Oh,
specials.
special.
Yeah.
And after I got hired, I worked 6 months. January 2nd of 1968, I was into the Seagirt State Police Academy down in Seagirt, New Jersey. The class was 104. It was 8 weeks long.
Right.
And when I graduated from there, I came back to go back on patrol and everything.
Yeah.
And then what happened was, in July, wife and I went on vacation to Disney World. We planned a year ahead
Sure.
to go to Disney World. We paid it off. We took my mother and father and the 4 boys. We got down to Disney World. I left July 1st to go to my cousin in the Isle of Palm, South Carolina. We stayed there for a couple days, and we had to be on Disney World the 3rd of July. So we went down there. It was
I know. He keeps talking. Your friend keeps talking.
It's recorded.
I know. He's leaving
Trish.
now. Okay, go ahead. You went to Disney World with the family.
We went to Disney World. As we when we got to Disney World, there was 3 lines. There was a like cream colored went to the Contemporary, a brown one went to the Polynesian, a green one went to the campground.
Okay.
So we were on the brown one because we were going to the Polynesian. I pulled up to the gate to the lady. I looked at my father. He handed me our reservation. I handed it to the lady, and she looked at me and she says, "Are you Lieutenant Joseph Hegerman?" Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Joseph Hegerman. You've got to call police headquarters immediately. I said, okay. When I get to the Polynesia, I will call police headquarters. We pulled up, we all loaded, everybody. I registered. The lady said to me at the desk, "You've got to call police headquarters immediately." And I said to her, "Okay." When I go back to the room, I'll call. How do I get that line out? She says, "Dial 9. Wait a few seconds, then you can dial." I called police headquarters, and Jack Carroll was on the desk.
Okay.
He said, "You gotta get home right away. We need you home right away." And he was screaming. I thought he was gonna come through the phone to me. I said, "Jack, what's wrong? What's wrong?" I had my father and mother with me. All I could think, my house burned, or my sister.
Yeah, you're one of your sisters, right?
Right, I had my sisters here. I didn't know what the problem was. So he said, "You gotta call police. You gotta come home right away. We need you." I said, "Jack, what's wrong?" I said, "Where's the captain?" He said, "Chief Cottrell passed away. They found him in his living room in his reclining chair." What happened, he was supposed to play golf with 3 other chiefs that morning. They called the house and said, "Where's the chief?" And Betty said, "He's not here. He's got to be on his way," or whatever. Young Harry Cottrell went downstairs and found his dad in the
Right.
chair.
Chair.
They called the first aid. They tried
I
everything.
remember taking him out of the chair.
And
That's
they
right.
did
He was
everything
young, wasn't
to.
he? Only 47.
My dad.
old.
Yeah, I think he was.
he was
Yeah.
47.
Yeah.
And I only had been a lieutenant for 6 months because Chief Murday retired,
Tired.
and Mayor Crooks made Lieutenant Cottrell acting chief. Jumped Lieutenant or Captain Greeno, and
Right,
then made
right,
Lloyd
Greeno.
acting lieutenant.
lieutenant.
I moved up to badge 1
Okay.
at that point, right? So I called and I said to Jack, "Where's the captain?" He said, "The captain," and it was Mo Smith was the mayor
The mayor.
at
Right.
that time. They said they're at the funeral home with Betty Cottrell. I said, "Okay, tell the captain that I will call him at 5 o'clock at his house." So he came, at 5 o'clock came, I called the captain, and he told me the story and everything. He said, "We really like to have you
Yeah.
home," because we had Disney World for 7 days
Right.
and everything. So I said, well, at that time, my my father and I went down to the desk. There was a desk where you could get tickets, but it was closed.
Oh gosh.
And the lady said to me, "They open at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning." Well, my father and I went down there at 7:45. We wanted to be the first ones there. The lady came to the desk. I said, "I have to get a ticket immediately back to Newark Airport." I said, "My police chief has died. I'm a lieutenant, and I need to get a ticket right away." She said, "The bus to the airport, leave it in 15 minutes."
Oh gosh.
My father runs back to the room, gets a luggage, throws stuff into it, and when he did it, I only had 1 shoe.
Oh no.
And when I got home and undid the suitcase,
Oh no, he had 1
it was
shoe.
1 shoe. But so I get on the bus with my suitcase. We go to the airport. I fly back on the American Airlines. As we're getting ready to land, the stewardess says, "Well, we will be landing in 5 minutes. Everybody do their seat belts back up. And everybody, when we land, please stay in your seat." Will Lieutenant Hegerman come to the front cabinet? Now everybody on the plane's looking around to find Lieutenant Hegerman. And I'm like, dude, shrinking in the seat, right? So the lady stewardess comes down. I said, "Ma'am, I'm Lieutenant Hegerman." And she says, "Okay, when we land, I want you to come to the cabin." Well, when we landed, the accordion from the terminal comes out to it, right?
Yeah.
My father had called police headquarters and said, "The lieutenant's on flight so-and-so at Newark Airport at this time." Well, Lloyd and all them, the police officers were headquarters. They were trying to figure out how they're going to get me home. Well, they had Chief Sheldon from the Coast Guard there, and they were going to send the helicopter to the airport and pick me up and fly me back and land on Washington
The
Avenue
Avenue.
Beach.
The beach, I remember that. Yeah.
Well, they were going to clear it and everything. Well, 4th of July, it's gone, right?
No.
So Eddie Williver was there.
Okay.
He said to the captain, I'm going to get him in the police car.
Oh, okay. That
So
worked.
he says, okay. So he called somebody, and as we got on the park, we had one state police car escorted our police car, lights and siren,
Really?
to the turnpike. Turnpike we got on, there was another police car to take it into the airport. Well, as he got to the airport, they got to figure out how to get to me, right? There was a Port Authority police officer in his car parked there. And Eddie Willer was a state delegate at that time. And gets out, who was there? The state delegate for the Port Authority. And he said, what are you doing here? And he told him the story.
Oh,
That
gosh.
our chief
died.
died. Blah, blah. My lieutenant was in Disney World. He landed on this flight, this time, everything. He says, okay, let me make a call. He made a call. The next thing they said, Daddy, follow me with your lights on. So they went down, through, under the thing, come out on the ramp. Everything where the plane was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
So I get up to the cabinet. Now everybody's looking at me. The stewardess opens the cabinet, the accordion thing come out, and about 6 foot down the thing, there's a door that goes outside. So she opens the door. I walk out on the ramp. I look down, and there's a Port Authority police car, an Avon police car with Eddie Williver. So I went down. They had my luggage out. I got my luggage, got in the car. He escorted us to the turnpike, state police car, escorted us down the turnpike, one at the Parkway, all the way home. I got home.
You got home in time.
So we got home, and the next day, the captain called all the guys. Now we're going to carry the casket, and we're going to be honor guard at the foot of the casket. We've never done this before. So what we did, we went into the gym. I got 2 folding tables. I opened the one, right, took the other folding table, laid it backwards on top of it, because I had a ridge all the way around it. So I think it was,
Oh, you practiced?
we practiced carrying the casket. We had to take the casket from the hearse to
the
where
church.
you do, it was a church.
Oh,
There
okay.
had to serve it
Oh, at the
at
cemetery.
Johnson's New.
Yes, and, yep.
And then we put it in the casket, in the hearse, went to the cemetery. Now, we rolled, I think it was Jimmy Vanette, Jack Carroll,
Right.
Lonnie Mason,
Mason.
Billy Foster, Harry Vanderbilt, John Thompson. Now, I'm a lieutenant and a captain. We were at the foot of the casket when
Oh, okay.
they pulled out. So we practiced with a table upside down, moving. They were lined up 3 and 3. We moved it down, and they had. Then we each had the hand like to the casket, and we moved it up. But at the while it was on the platform where the casket lay, had American flag. Now we had to fold the flag. So I gave orders, very simple orders, flag. They each were facing, pulled it off, had to walk off the ramp, and then Jack Carroll, who was military, knew how to fold the flag. So they started folding it, and at the end of it, Patrolman Vanderbilt had the flag. He handed it to the captain. The captain went over to Betty, gave it to them.
Very nice.
We came back. We said, right, left face. We marched off to the hearse. We stood there, and why? I think it was Reverend Paul Bramhall of the
Yeah.
Baptist
Baptist
Church was the person that did the service.
Very
He
nice.
said a few words and everything, and the person that ran Johnson said that everybody's welcome back to the firehouse
Right,
for,
right.
you know,
Repast.
right. and
So
everything.
we're almost out of time, but Mr. Barry, if you were writing a postcard about Avon to someone like your family or Karen or anyone, what would you say about Avon?
Great people, great beach, great ocean, and just a great place to live.
Thank you.
It was the best kept secret on the Jersey Shore was Avon-by-the-Sea. The beaches were the cleanest, the nicest. We had a five-star rated restaurant on the beachfront.
right.
And uptown was all mom and pop stores. And a little store you would like, there was numerous places that you could eat, get anything you want. There was jewelry store. Casagrande was a little
there.
market
Market.
Oh, I
that
remember,
the older ladies used to call there, put their order in, and they would deliver it. And
Yep.
Plus they had a liquor store, and they would get their booze that they wanted.
Yep.
But one of the things in the police department, we used to have to do store check
Oh, you did on Main Street?
on Main Street. And the 4 to 12 shift, we did the ends of the town.
Okay.
We did the fronts and the back doors. At midnight, you did all the stores, the fronts and the backs. In the police cars, we had what's it called, a plectron system.
Yes, I remember.
Right.
Right? And we had plectron off, lights, siren. So when you get out to check the stores, we didn't have walkie-talkies then. We did not have, you say 27 to headquarters, I'll be on the plectron light. Okay? Put it on there, get out, do the store. Well, if they had a call, all of a sudden, then we had, our new light was a blue, 2 lens, 2 red. And the rotate would start rotating in the reflection of all the buildings. You would see, and you would run back to the car, get in, say what you had. We had old Motorola radios. When you pushed it, it would hum for about 30 seconds, then you could talk.
Okay.
But there also was a problem. Avon and Bradley Beach were all on low band, same frequency, 45.32. So if they were talking, you had to wait a second and get them off and then get your call and go on and
Well,
everything.
Thank you so much for all your stories and your time and all the
Okay.
rescheduling. You've all been very helpful, and thank you for bringing all the helmets and the hats. That's Mr.
Yeah.
Hegerman's chief's hat, and then
Yeah.
your fire chief hat
Yeah.
is there for your uniform.
Okay.
These are 2 helmets for the company. These are original helmets
Oh,
from the
God,
fire
yeah.
department. And there was 2 companies. There was a hook and ladder
Right.
and active. The active was the hose part of it.
Right.
The hook and ladder was the ladder,
Ladder,
that we
right.
had
Right,
to
they
the
had the
company.
horses.
But they're
Yeah.
the original helmets. And they were done in New York. The original leather helmets.
I took all the picture of the inside of it, so I'll make sure I have all that information.
Yeah.
Right.
Joe,
Right.
the Brindley Inn.
Excuse me. Cleaning this up.
The Brindley Inn. Isn't that where we had 20 some odd dead
Yeah,
fire
because
in
they couldn't get
Bradley
out. They
Beach?
went to the roof. Remember? They went to the roof. and
I
they couldn't
remember
get out.
the fire that
Oh, sorry.
and it was